You're such a nothing. You didn't really have to say the N-word, did you? And my dad, he'd be like, hey man, you have to choose a side. Choose a side? What do you mean, Pop? I didn't know if I should go with the collard greens or the rice and beans. He was cool people, my dad. He gave us a hard time. He'd always be like, hey man, y'all black and Mexican, man. Y'all got that good Mexican hair, man. Why you grow that hair out, man? You ain't no basketball player, no football player. So I took my dad's advice. I'm like, grow my hair out. Good? Do this, it looks good, right? Being black and Mexican, you come up with stereotypes all the time. You come across and being that it's close to Christmas, I was getting my hair cut and I saw these two black guys. One was wearing all red and the other one was wearing all blue, and I'm like, oh no. And right away in my head I was like, colors. So wait a minute, Serge. These are your people. You can't let them fight. So I run up to see what's going on, and the guy in all red, he was wearing a Target shirt. And my man in all blue, that was a Walmart shirt. I'm like, you know what? These are just brothers. Brothers with jobs. My whole black and Mexican thing carries on. You identify certain words with being black and Mexican. Like the word court, for instance. As a black man, I can recognize that word because I'm either playing basketball on a court or I'm standing in front of a judge. In court. Say it again? In court. That's right. Being Mexican, I identify with the word grass. You're either selling it, smoking it, thank you, or what? Cutting it. You're cutting it. It's hot out there. Now, listen carefully, because there's a dominant force of white people here, okay? Now, for my white people, if you watch TV, you're going to know where I'm coming from with this. You guys can identify to 3 words. Honey boo boo. Oh, now everybody gets that. It was funny when it was a black guy. It was funny when it was my grandma, she used to be like, now, Serge, if you ever see a honey boo boo, you gotta help her. I'm like, what do you mean, Grandma, help her? She's like, well, you gotta tell that white girl, you tell her, you is smart, you is kind, no, you is important. Honey boo boo is a little girl, who's chubby, she's on Lifetime. She's a good identification. She's like the Caucasian Flavor Flav. You ain't proud. Google it later. We got someone that's gonna Google it later. Thank you. No, you're good. You're good. It's a comedy show. Interrupt. I'm gonna Google it later. I need to know who Honey Boo Boo is. Flavor Flav. Okay, well, you're watching the wrong TV network. Being black and Mexican, my grandmother, actually, being black and Mexican, you have different names for each grandparent. Like my black grandmother, she goes by Grandma. And my Mexican, my abuelita, she goes by Nana. And my grandmother, I'd get home from school, and I used to love to antagonize her. I'd get home, and I'd be like, and she would get down, she'd Sergio! Sergio, is that you? Playing that Mexican music again, Serge? I done told you about that. You're being despicable. What do you mean despicable, Grandmama? She ain't passed away. She's still here, so that ain't her. You mean disrespectful, Grandmama? Nah, I said despicable. Can I Google it, Grandmama? No, you can't Google it. You mean despicable, Grandmama? No, I said despicable. Yeah, that's what I said. Not despicable, not disrespectful, despicable. And I said, oh, okay, Grandmama, whatever. Get outside my house and go get you a job. But grandma, I'm only 9 years old. Exactly, that's what Mexicans do at 9 years old. So I moved in with my abuelita, my nana. And I did her the same way. Like, I get home from school and I would just antagonize her. I'd get home and I'd be like, go nana, go nana, go nana, 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 nana. Sergio! Cállate la boca, Sergio! No Nintendo, nana. No sabe, nana. Sergio, you understand me. Cállate, Sergio. But nana, I don't want to. Nana, 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 nana. Sergio, pasa el trabajo. Sergio, what do you mean, nana? You being despicable, girl. Sergio, I Google that. She didn't say that. She didn't say that. I'm messing with you. So I went with my friend John and his parents, and they were cool because they were white. And his grandparents who were from Arkansas, they were like, oh, cool, we got us a little colored boy now, huh? We do not use colored boy at this time. We don't even use African American anymore, guys. We go with Mexican, Latino, Chaco Burro. You're not colored. And so that's cool. Well, can we get you a piece of land in the backyard and maybe a mule? You want me to plant and pick cotton too? Can I just get a casino instead? Oh, I was at the beach last week with my son in San Diego. It was cool because it was nice and it's San Diego. You know what San Diego's like. And my son, I'm a single dad, he was like, out of nowhere, he's like, Daddy! And I'm like, and then all of a sudden, there's these birds. I'm like, son, those aren't birds, those are seagulls. And really, they should be called bagels because they got cream cheese poop everywhere. And he's like, no, those are birds. And all of a sudden, the birds, they're like, and then one came right over, and I don't know if I jinxed my son, but all over his head. And my son, he was mad. He was like, and then out of nowhere, this Prius driving, tree hugging, taco eating lady runs up and she's like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky. It's lucky to get pooped on by a bird. And my son did the same thing you guys did. He's like, oh, Dad. And he starts pointing at her. And I'm like, I got it, son. So I run up and I trip her. And I said, listen up, lady. He may not be the most intelligent. He may not be the most athletic. And no, he doesn't Google. And he looks just like his mom. But that doesn't give you the right to tell my son it's lucky to be pooped on by anything. So, buena suerte, lady. That's Latino for good luck. And those are the last words I said to my mother-in-law. We still ain't talking. It's tough being single though. You got girls that'll Google your name and find out all your arrest warrants and felonies. Latino, what does that mean? You steal and rob? You get pushed around by women. They talk and chat while you're doing a comedy show. I got tired of getting pushed around by women. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be the one to do the pushing. So I started getting this chick in a wheelchair. The ride was smooth. She was like my FWB, my friends with benefits. Parking. I felt like I could put the brakes on the relationship anytime I wanted to. I was like, go ahead, baby, go on out. Stop, I'm just kidding with you. But she wanted to know a little too much about me. Like my name. I wasn't giving her that Google information. So I started dating this blind girl, and it was cool because she was beautiful. And it's a good thing too because she'll never know it. Because after the first time we hooked up, she said, Sergio, you're the first Asian man I've ever been with. Exactly. Brought the Rodney King out of me, Rodney King out of me. I was like, oh, that hug. You make me feel so well. Can we all just get along? Hey, get along? Get along, get along. So I wanted to make it even. No offense. We're
They're
good?
telling him.
Don't hit me. Don't do it to me. Okay. I wanted to get even, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna date me an Asian girl. So I started dating this Asian girl, and she was cool, but I mean, she gave me great feet massages. She loved the dollar store. I loved the dollar store too. We were good. But I called her up one time. I'm like, hey, baby, I'm coming. I'm on my way. She said, you are coming and you're on my way? I said, yeah. You don't call me no more. You don't come over here. I said, why? She hung the phone up. I have no idea she had a sister named My Way. Real quick. I know that's horrible, right? You guys are just barely making it. Real quick, I was sick of it. I was monogamous with 10 different girls, and I was like, you haven't been monogamous with 10 different guys. This text message. I saw Rodney, Abe, Michael. Oh, okay.
Don't tell it all.
Don't beat me up. I'm just the messenger. I just ride the horse. Anyway, I get there. I was like, you know what? My immune system's going down. I'm feeling horrible about myself. I need to get a test. So I got an STD test. I got an HIV test. And a week later, I get a message on my phone. Hola, Sergio. My name is Rosa Menti. I'm calling on behalf of Dr. Williams. Please, I know it's Friday afternoon. We're not going to have time to call you back today or come in. So please be very careful over the weekend. This is very serious. Have no interactions. I said, okay, cool, whatever. I just ignored the message. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I got HIV. It's not funny. Because Monday, it's not. It's what, really? Oh, because I teased you? Google. By the end of the day, I was like, man, this is horrible. I was ready to just do some bad stuff. So Monday morning comes along, 8:01, and I'm just phone call. Hola, Sergio Rosa Menti calling on behalf of Dr. Williams. Yeah, this is Sergio. We normally don't do this over the phone, but we received your test results and it did come back positive. What? Don't worry, you get another chance to take another. This is what? I can't believe this. Are you kidding me? What? Hello? Sí, one second. What? Who is this? This is your mother-in-law. How does it feel to get pooped on now, my black people? Hey, my name is Sergio. You guys been good, thank you.